Hey everybody, welcome back. So I did another modern build, which this is really unlike me, especially to do two in a row. But I'm kind of straying away, not too much because I love doing my castle and fantasy builds, but I've just been trying to switch it up a little bit. Initially I was doing this mountain home, and it was my plan to do this one for like a week now. And I started doing it. It was moving along pretty well, and I don't know if I was just having a bad day or what it was, but I just wasn't feeling it. So I said, let me just get away from this one for a little bit. Maybe I'll go back to it and just be refreshed when I'm doing it. But I wanted to do something else. So I started doing this modern build, and I didn't really have too much of a plan going into it. All I knew was that I wanted this big glass wall with the roof going into the wall, just to create this really interesting, like, striking feature for the front of the house. And then I just started like making boxes around it and just tried to make it interesting so that it had a cool shape. And yeah, that's what I did. So I used the windows from Eco Lifestyle, the new pack, and I used this copper color, which I love. I used it in my last build too, I believe, but it's so pretty. I love that whole copper look. I wish we had like a little more in the game, like if we had like more copper sinks or copper countertops or something like that, that would be cool. But we did get a wallpaper that I love, that I used in all the bathrooms I did for this house, and I used it in the bathroom for the last house I did. So yeah, in keeping with that theme, I went for like an orange colors, and I did navy and white, and that was my color palette for this build. I didn't make it like fully self-sustainable. I was gonna put like the rain catchers and stuff like that, and I think it's great that the game has it. I just wish it was prettier. And I was going to try to hide it and put it all in, but as I was doing the landscape, and I made this really big multi-level pool with cascading fountains in the back of the house. So once I did all that, there was really no room for me to do this area. But I did put solar panels on the roof, so I did put a little bit. And I actually used from Island Living, there's the glass floor. So I used a bunch of those on the roof just to make a bunch of skylights and just add a little extra something to make the roof interesting, since it is a flat roof. So you could see here me putting in the windows, and if you see that triangle window, I just want to talk about some of the bugs that I've been finding as I'm building. So that window on the inside has no molding to it, and it just looks like a floating piece of glass. I did tweet about it to Sim Guru Nick. I'm hoping that they see it and somebody fixes it. I'm sure there's other people mentioning it too. So it's not a major thing, but I had to cover it up, and I didn't want to change the window out because it was the window that fit in that spot. So I did cover it up with these cool wall decorations that we got. They're horizontal lines, and we had vertical ones in the past, but with this new update we did get horizontal ones as well, and I've really liked using them. I've used them in a couple of different areas in my build so far. And oh yeah, there they are right there in the dining room. So I used them in the kitchen as well, where that window was, and then upstairs in the master bedroom, which happens to be my favorite room in this house. I kept it really orange, and I added some navy blue accents, and it's just really romantic, which was kind of the look that I was going for. This whole house was this like industrial modern house, but I still wanted it to feel cozy and lived in. So I used a lot of candles, a lot of plants, which I always do, and I just kind of kept it like clean, not too much clutter, which I tend to start to put too much clutter, especially in the kitchen when I'm building. So I tried to just limit myself. There's a lot of cool stuff that you could put in the kitchen, and sometimes I get overwhelmed by it and I want to pull everything out of the menu and put it all in the kitchen. So I tried to limit myself as much as I could with that, and I still tried to incorporate as much as I could from the Eco Lifestyle pack. Oh, and the other bug that I wanted to mention to you guys, I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but the columns. So on the exterior, I tend to like to put 2 different columns. So I do the first floor and then I move to the second floor and I'll put the second floor column on there. Rather than, like, some columns you can't size up and make taller, but the ones that you can, I don't like to drag them up to the second floor because I just don't like how it looks. It's just personal preference. Some of them don't look good when you double them up, but some of them, I just don't like how they look when they're one column going straight up to the second floor. So when I went to go put the column on the second floor, it just disappeared and you couldn't see it at all. I don't know if that's just an eco lifestyle column thing because I didn't try it with any other columns, but that was a little annoying, but it's no major thing. I just dragged it up to the second floor, and this particular column, it didn't look bad. I thought it actually looked good. So that's what I did there. And yeah, so I know the game is not perfect, but I think they did a really good job considering how big of an update this was and how big of a pack this was. I haven't used any ladders yet. I will get to that. I don't know what I'm going to do yet with them, but I definitely want to do something interesting. So I think that's all I have to talk about this one. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I try to put out videos every other day. I usually succeed in that, but not always. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye.